What's up guys, it is I, once again, Yusuf Al-Saned, and today guys, I want to talk about and review Isao Takahata's 1991 drama, Omoide Poroporo, also known in the English translation as Only Yesterday. And if you guys and gals don't know, I am a huge fan of Isao Takahata's work. I love, admire, and respect the man who's made such amazing films like Grave of the Fireflies and The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. And the story to Isao Takahata's Omoide Poroporo follows this 27-year-old woman who is an office worker that goes on a 10 days holiday, which she decides to spend in the countryside. And this young woman is named Okajima Taeko, or simply known as Taeko-chan. And during Taeko-chan's trip over to the countryside where she visits her relatives, she starts to reminiscent about her time as a child when she was 10 years old during 5th grade, and her experiences with her friends, her family, and those closest to her. Taeko-chan, like many children before and after her, experienced the highs and lows in life. She starts to learn new things about herself as a young girl and how she is to mature as a woman. She learns to appreciate food no matter how sour they may taste, because she, like many other people, are fortunate to have food on their plate, unlike others who can't afford any, or those who are starving in other countries. Taeko-chan also learns when a young girl reaches of age and hits puberty, they start to have their periods, and she further learns about women's sexual reproduction and how eventually, if they choose, they can have their own babies. And she discovers first love with this young boy while she's in school, and of course, with being a very awkward young girl, she has issues dealing with the math. Her elder sister Nanako tries to teach her and give her tuition in math, but to no avail, and she was never really the biggest math whiz, though she does have other talents which she's good at, such talents like acting. She tries to work on her acting skills and wants to be a star, but her father never allowed her to, and that's really sad. It's really sad because women at this time, I believe even now, are expected to get married, to be housewives, and to do all the things which society tells them to, and they can't choose what kind of life they want, or what kind of job they wish to have, or who they wish to be with. And to be honest guys, compared to men, it's really hard to be a woman. It's really hard to be a woman and to be a young girl, and the more I see their struggles and what they have to endure, the more I respect and love them. One thing about Taeko-chan that really fascinates me is how, despite being a 27-year-old independent worker, she can't seem to let go of her past, because while she's on her trip, she always looks back to how she was, and there are some events in her life that she simply can't forget, like the first time her father hit her, or when he refuses to give her a chance to pursue an acting career. And it's really hard to see a girl go through those events in life, but it does shape her to be a stronger woman in the end. As soon as Taeko-chan arrives in the countryside, she meets a young man named Toshio. Toshio is the second cousin to the relative that Taeko-chan was supposed to meet, and he's a very charming, sweet, handsome young man who gets to know Taeko-chan. And what's interesting is how Taeko-chan is a few years older than him, and despite that, she has feelings for him that soon develops. And it's so sweet to see a woman like Taeko-chan, who is a few years older than Toshio, yet she has this feeling for him. And the fact that she never really looked for guys or has any interest in marriage or finding a boyfriend, it's really sweet that she finds that kind of connection with this young man, and which at first starts off as a friendship and soon evolves into something much more. The experiences of Taeko-chan's life that helped shape her into the woman she is, and I love her evolution from the spoiled young girl she was to the responsible, mature woman she would be. This kind of character arc is something I really do find engaging, and Taeko-chan is a really amazing character, because from my understanding of watching movies, whether they be animated or live action films, we don't get that many movies that tell the story aimed for adults, specifically women. And to see a story like Omoide Poroporo that is aimed for women, and how it does show the journey women go on and the struggles they endure from when they're young until they grow up, it's a really fascinating subject matter that isn't explored as much. If any filmmaker can tackle this kind of subject matter, it's Isao Takahata, who's dealt with World War II type issues like in Grave of the Fireflies, and also took on a folk tale like in The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, which was based on The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter. And I love these types of story he tackles, and this one is no exception. Omoide Poroporo is definitely a movie I do recommend you guys and gals watch. The themes and ideas is so interesting, especially how it explores the journey of women. The animation looks gorgeous despite the fact that this movie was released in 1991. I love the texture and the way the characters are drawn, from their simple facial movement to the way they interact with one another. And I love Taeko-chan's personality and her relationship with the young man Toshio, as well as the other people she meets while on her journey to the countryside. Another thing about Omoide Poroporo which I really found to be so amazing is how it goes into detail of what it's like to be a farmer and how the process of farming is done. As Taeko-chan learns more about what it means to be a farmer and the lives that Toshio and her relatives are living, I am just as fascinated as she was. The journey that Taeko-chan embarks on is something I found to be inspiring and something that allowed me to mature just as she did as she goes on this journey and she learns from her past experiences while growing up. There comes a point in our life where we do look back on our lives and the things we wish to do or how we would have wanted things to play out. I guess we can't always dwell in the past. All we can do is accept it and move forward. I'm not saying we have to completely forget about the past. No, we have to embrace it, accept it, and allow it to help us mature and move forward. And once we do, we can live a steady, happy life. And that's possible, guys, because nothing is impossible in this world as long as you set your mind to it. And that's something I took out of Omoide Poroporo. Isao Takahata's writing and the subject matter he tackles is my favorite part of his work, and his direction is second to none. I love this movie so much, and if you guys love animated films from Japan, I do recommend you watch Omoide Poroporo or Only Yesterday. I believe deep down in my heart that you guys and gals will find something in Omoide Poroporo to take home with you, and you might learn something just like Taeko-chan did. And that's my review to Isao Takahata's 1991 drama Omoide Poroporo. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my gaming channel where I do let's play series, gaming content, all that kind of good stuff. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios, amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.